Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of RaiderRadio. I'm your host, Sophie Lambert, and I'm here with 4 special guests.
What's up, guys? My name is Chris Sanchez. I am the president of RaiderVision.
I'm Luc Carroll. I'm a content creator at RaiderVision.
Hey everyone, I'm Biondo, and I'm the EP of RaiderTake.
Hey guys, I'm Ethan Barras. I'm the AP of RaiderTake.
And today, we're going to be talking all things fall and all things sports. So let's go.
Bro, so let's talk. I feel like the first thing we got to talk about was homecoming.
Did all you guys go to homecoming?
Bro, I just didn't want to go. It's not really my thing. And
Okay.
also, I would have went, but first of all, it cost money. After cost way too much money.
You don't have to go to the
I didn't
after.
go to the after.
The after is the best part.
The after is the best part.
What were your thoughts for people who did go?
Did
I
you
thought
have
it was definitely a little better than last year. I thought the music
you have a
was
date?
nice. I did not.
that's okay.
I thought Hoko was really fun. It was very different this year because I had a girlfriend this year.
I heard it was all couples, but those
Yeah.
they don't all have to be from Gulliver.
It looked like there were a lot of Gulliver kids.
Okay, moving on. In fall, there is also Thanksgiving. By the time you guys are listening to this, Halloween would have already passed. But what are your plans for Halloween?
Spend some good time with some good friends.
Yeah,
That's
spend
what
some
we're
good
gonna
time.
do.
Probably
Yeah.
dress up a little bit. What's going to be your costumes? What are the
Dress
costumes?
up.
Yeah, what are the
now.
costumes for Halloween?
I'm gonna wear a Bugs Bunny jersey.
Nah, and Mia's going to be Lola.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so
fire.
cute.
I don't have a costume yet. Does that mean like
Yeah.
No,
What
kind
do
of.
I
You're
Fam,
cooked. Yo,
everything's
at that
gonna be
point,
sold out.
At that point, smack on a jersey. Just be
I
an
might wear a
NBA
jersey?
player.
You think
Right.
there's anything still out of Spirit? No.
No,
Nah,
don't go
nah.
to Spirit.
Don't go to
Don't go to Spirit.
Don't go to Spirit.
What about you, Chris?
Honestly, I have no idea.
What about you, Luke?
I'm gonna be a prisoner.
All right, that's one of the basics. That's one of the
yeah.
basics.
Moving on to what we're all excited to talk about. That was just a quick segment. All thing sports.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by RaiderTake, which is RaiderVision's monthly sports show.
We got our EP and our AP on it right now.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk. Our first talking point for today is football, and we're talking about Tua.
Tua need to retire.
Yeah.
For context, Tua is the football player, the quarterback of the Dolphins, and he is always getting concussions. And recently, he just got one of the worst concussions, and he said he's coming back into the game. And there's a
Came back
lot of
last night,
discourse.
didn't he?
It's kind of getting scary because, like, bro, you know what happens if you keep getting those. I mean, you and Luke, you play football. I mean, those are like lifelong injuries.
Well, no, I think he needs to retire personally. He got too many concussions and he keeps on putting his health at risk. Because
Yeah.
he could die from that. It's not even just about football. So.
Exactly. And his
and
family.
these aren't
Yeah,
like
he has a
light
family and everything.
concussions, bro. Y'all see him out there?
As an athlete that loves his sport, like
No, bro, for
talking
sure.
about Tua, like he loves his sport so much that he would die for it. Like it just shows his commitment.
No, I
It
know what
shows
you
his
mean.
commitment, but he's
But
gonna
it's
be
his life.
he's gonna be
Yeah.
committed and dead. So
Yeah.
it don't
Okay.
matter.
No, seriously. I know what you
No,
mean,
like,
100.
real
percent
talk.
I know what you
Like-
mean, but like these are concussions, bro. Like that's your brain. Like that's
Yeah.
like what runs your body. And like,
Like when he gets older, he's not gonna be able to remember nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think like it gets to a point where like if you're like risking like serious like head injury or brain damage, I feel like it's like more than football at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, and if you love the sport that much, just be a coach.
No.
yeah.
Like,
Some good players aren't good coaches though.
Yeah,
A
you're
lot-
right.
A
You're
lot
right.
of good players.
But coaching and playing isn't the same.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I also think that, like, bro, I mean, I think it's going to hold down the team, too. Not only, like, if he doesn't retire, the Dolphins are keeping money on someone who's not playing. But Tua also not, like, amazing. Like, he's not so good to where, like, if he keeps getting injured, we should probably trade him. We should get rid of him. Because, like, it's just going to hold the
Yeah.
rest of the team back. And I know we love Tua. And I know, like, Tyreek loves, like, Tua. But we only got, like this much left of, like, prime Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really got to
Yeah.
move it forward.
What are the Dolphins' other options though as a quarterback?
Wow, there's
Yeah,
not a lot,
'cause,
bro.
Yeah, the other quarterbacks are not.
There's not a
it.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have to probably have to draft, but I don't know how many. We don't really got good picks like that. But we're wasting prime Tyreek Hill right now. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Similar to like Aaron Rodgers when he got injured last year.
yeah.
That was crazy. I think he needs to retire because he's like LeBron's age.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting up there in age.
For context, Aaron Rodgers is the New York Jets quarterback for the NFL.
Yeah, and last season he got injured literally 2 plays into the game. I think literally like first 5 minutes playing on the new team. He pretty much is at like the age to retire.
Yeah.
I mean like
Going
40's
back.
crazy.
And he's still getting paid too.
Yeah.
Like, he's making bank.
So moving on from NFL, we're going to talk about college football, specifically that new freshman from Alabama,
Talking about
Ryan Williams.
Yes, sir.
That's the truth.
Yeah, Mr. Garrett's gonna get mad about
That's
what we're
crazy.
talking about.
He's only 17 years old.
He's supposed to
That's
still
how
be
old I am.
in high school.
How do you even play college football at
Because
17?
So,
he
yeah.
reclassed and graduated.
Reclass. That's what Cooper Flag did. Cooper Flag did the same thing.
Talking
Cooper Flag's
about-
my age. You know who Cooper Flag is, right?
Yeah, I know. Who
Yeah,
Cooper Flag is,
he's my age.
That's taken a big rise in high school sports And even a lot of guys who got drafted into the league this year reclass, and they're older than they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
for example, Jared McCain in the NBA.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
It's been popular.
classing up is like unheard of.
I mean, how many years do you think he'll play? Probably like 2 or 3. I don't think he'll go
I
all
think
4.
he's like 3 and done.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go all
Yeah.
4 because
Yeah.
he's young enough and good enough to go. Because
To the
usually, like,
NFL?
usually NFL players, they take their time in college. Like, because I mean, basketball players usually, like Duke,
Yeah.
Duke's the best basketball college in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they don't win a lot of championships. They don't win a lot of rings because their good players will stay for 1 year and go.
And then leave.
Like
yeah.
UConn, who always wins, they have like 4 years of just veterans, seniors who are winning constantly because they've played for so long. But like in football, it's a little bit different. You got to take your time in college. So, but I don't think he's going to play longer than 2 or 3 years.
And like kind of staying on track with like elite college football players. Who do you guys think is the Heisman this year?
Cam Ward.
I'll put my bias aside, but I do think it's Cam Ward.
Dylan's a huge UM guy.
Wait, did Travis Hunter win it last year?
I'm not sure.
No, he
No,
didn't.
it was the guy from FSU.
I
Right?
think Travis Hunter should get it. Cause Cam Ward, he's good on offense. Like, he's a great quarterback. Best in the NCAA right now. I think Travis Hunter, he's doing good on both sides of the ball. He's doing elite on both sides of the ball. And this is his second year doing it in a row.
Do we
So,
think how long do you think UM stays undefeated for?
Rest of the season.
Do you think so?
the rest of the season until playoffs?
You think so?
Yeah. Once they play like a
Wow.
once they play SEC team, it's over with.
There's such a culture surrounding college football. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you're
crazy.
in college, going to games, it's a great environment. And then after college, you keep rooting for your team,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
your kids root for your team, and
Yeah.
their kids. So it's just a long line of people who love schools.
The frat life is, or like, I mean, the Greek life is crazy. Like, they live or die for their brothers or their sisters.
Yeah.
And then, like, they will go crazy for the game. I went to an Oklahoma versus Texas game, and it was literally it was the most filled I've ever seen a stadium. I literally had to stand up because there was no seats. It was, like, literally crazy. And they're all screaming. Their fights breaking out. Like, college football is,
Yeah.
it's like the place where you want to be at.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being so serious.
And the competition level in college rather than the NFL, it's like way different. I feel like in college, people are way more into it. Like, especially the players, they're like way more like going at each other's necks, if you will.
Yeah, because and I mean, a lot of people in the NFL and the NBA, they're paid to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously.
there's an NIL deal now.
Yeah, I mean, but they're getting paid nowhere near as much as professional
Yeah.
players. They play because they love it. Some people when they start playing professional for so many years, they lose their love for it.
Yeah, because it becomes
It
their
just
job.
becomes their life, and
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to love what you do.
Yeah. And speaking on loving what you do, I would say LeBron
Oh yeah,
loves what he does. And that moves on to our next sport to talk about is basketball and the NBA.
let's get into the GOAT.
Okay.
LeBron James.
So talking about that, first of all, I don't think LeBron's the GOAT, but playing
Jordan.
for 21 years is probably the craziest thing I've ever seen.
22.
Get it right.
This is year 22?
22.
Yeah,
Okay,
get it right.
22 years, craziest thing I've ever seen. But the real question is, should Bronny even be in the NBA?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I feel like everyone knows that.
I don't know about that.
I think that. I mean, I think what I think. I talked about this with my parents. Is that I understand that he's his dad, but I don't think there's a better team that Bronny could be on. Like, I think, why would you not want to be on the team with your dad? I feel
Bronny
that's-
is paid to
that's-
win.
That's the best team for you to succeed on, the one with your dad on it. I think that's obvious.
I think this is like more confusing than like a yes or no answer. Like obviously, I don't think right now Bronny should be in the NBA, but I feel like the fact that he is now kind of like undermines all the work he's like put in up until this moment. I think after a few more years in college, he would have been able to like make a better impact on our team.
Yeah.
But because he was a one and done player and just went to the Lakers, I feel like a lot of people don't take him as seriously.
But I think a big reason he didn't have a lot of college success was because of his heart attack. And if he was healthy going into his college season, I think he would have done a lot better.
I agree.
And also, I think this would have led to him being a higher draft pick.
I just think he hasn't earned it. That's what I
Yeah.
think. I also think. I mean, my fault. I think that, bro. I mean, we always talk about like Bron having stress or like, but bro, imagine what Bron is thinking right now.
Oh, the
Like-
pressure is like
And
unimaginable.
they just announced that he's going to the G League. That's crazy. Like, I could never even imagine how
No,
he would
I-
handle
I
that.
think that's super understandable.
I think
though.
that's the right move.
No, I
yeah.
think it is too. But imagine how everyone's going to look at him now. Like, that's going to be crazy. Like, everyone's just like being like, of course, like obviously, like.
I think
Yeah.
what you were saying is that like he would develop more in college, but I think playing in the NBA will help him progress so much more, even if it's in just the G League.
Yeah, but he's had that his whole life.
Yeah.
His dad is LeBron James.
Yeah.
I honestly think Bronny's gonna be out of the NBA and the G League in the
Dang.
next couple years, only because like people don't understand the G League is still much better competition than college.
Yeah.
And like assuming he's going to be playing worse in the G League than in college. I just don't see him making any roster.
Well, I guess we have to see. I mean, because the G League, some people will pop off in the G League and then be trash in the NBA.
Yeah,
So
but
that happens
also,
all the time.
a lot of guys in the G League, even if they're playing out of their minds, don't even make it to the NBA.
No, for sure.
So
100%.
that's a factor, I think, as well.
I guess we got to see. I think he's going to be starting in the G League. I could see that happening. And then, like, honestly,
For sure.
Yeah, but I don't see him being an outstanding player, like a standout player.
No.
do you guys, I'm off.
I think that he has to stay like either in the G League. Yeah, I think he has to stay in the G League for at least like 2-3 years for him to become like a standout player to where he's being like hyped up to be. But at the same time, I think that his dad brought him to the NBA just so that he could play, with them. Because he said in an interview before that all he wants to do is play with his son, and then he's good. So I think he's gonna retire soon.
But I mean, speaking of standout players, we got to talk about a tall French guy.
I mean,
just got to the league.
Wemby.
For sure. I mean, I don't want to do Victor Wembanyama. I don't want him to do well.
You don't want Victor to succeed?
If he succeeds, like,
Wemby's overrated.
he's gonna run the league for years. Like, he's like, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I honestly believe Chet Holmgren is better than Victor Wembanyama.
I agree. I think right now, Chet, like the past 3 games, I think Chet Holmgren's better than
But
I think you
also,
guys are crazy.
Looking at
No, look at the stats. Look at the stats.
Chet's stats from last year,
Chet's
playing with better
popping off.
guys
Yeah.
and not even being the number 1 option, has better statistics than Wemby.
Oh, actually, it's a good point. Yeah, because no, their stats were pretty similar. But the thing is, Chet was on a team with superstars and all-stars. Victor Wembanyama was on a team full of bums. So,
I still
mean, real.
disagree. Because, okay, obviously, the Oklahoma City Thunder, which was Chet's team, like, obviously they had more star players. But even so, Victor Wembanyama on the Spurs, he was on a minutes restriction. He, like, could not take as many shots, like, be in enough
so was
plays.
Chet because he's a rookie.
Yeah, but still, Wembanyama played, like, I think only, like, 28 minutes a game. I think Chet played over 30.
If he can develop into like a good player, he already is a great player. But if he can develop into like a great player, then the league is going to be like seriously, like they're cooked. Like, because like there's nothing he really can't do. It's honestly like Sophie, the video I was telling you about is that there's literally a video of him just like stretching before a game. He literally puts his head in between his legs. He does a full split. Like, he's like, this guy's like crazy. Like, it's like he touches his toes completely. Like, he can like, it's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
I think we should move on a little bit to NBA predictions. Have you guys been watching a lot of
course,
this
yeah.
season?
Lakers are going to the finals. Lakers
don't
are
know.
going to the finals.
I don't hate that take.
Yeah, they're 3-0. They got a better coach. AD's playing like the MVP. Bron is playing like LeBron. Dalton connects the shooter they needed. This has always been a championship team. They just need to perform.
Once the Lakers start playing like a team and everybody starts playing together, there's no stopping them.
But low-key, the Celtics are. Yeah,
I
Celtics
guarantee you it's going to be Nuggets versus the Celtics.
Nuggets are trash.
Nuggets are one of the best teams I've ever seen. They're one of the most rounded teams I've ever seen, and they are they work like a machine.
They're 0-2.
They're 0-2.
Everyone surrounding Jokic is perfect, and he's a great superstar.
Shout out to Jokic because he's on my fantasy team. But Jamal Murray is crazy washed. Aaron Gordon is like average, and even though Jamal Murray's washed, he gets injured all the time. They lost KCP, their best defender. Like, they're not gonna win. I don't think they're gonna get to the conference finals unless like Jokic plays like crazy and Jamal Murray makes a comeback. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, so final predictions for everyone.
Lakers winning it all.
I love the Lakers. I love Brown, but I gotta say the Celtics.
I also agree with that,
Yeah.
and I think it'll be the Celtics. And I think Jason Tatum is gonna have a great year this year.
Moving on to our entertainment segment, we're going to be playing Would You Rather NBA Edition. These guys are going to give their Raider take on some players.
My first one for you guys, we got 2 present and then 1 all time. So the first one, I feel like it's a pretty common debate. We got Giannis and Jokic. Who are you guys gonna be taking for that one?
Me personally, I would definitely take Jokic just because he's such a dominant player, and I feel like he's had more success compared to Giannis.
Dylan, who you taking?
I mean, yeah, you make a good point for the defense, but like, I think Jokic is too dominant offensively not to
Yeah,
take
I get
him.
that.
Giannis is a better overall player than
I agree with
Jokic.
that. And the next one I got Tyrese Halliburton and Ja Morant.
Talking about just their playing or like also how they are as a person?
Just their playing.
Yeah, I'm
You
for
think
sure
so?
taking Ja.
Do you think so?
Ja has such an impact on the game. Like, you can tell when Ja's not playing and when Ja is playing. And I feel like Halliburton doesn't have that same effect. Like, you could argue that Halliburton's not even the best on his team.
Nah.
I mean,
think-
at least right now. No, but the thing with Tyrese is that, I mean, he stays in the court. Ja's out right now. So, I mean, that's hard for me to.
But we're talking about just game.
Yeah, I mean, that has to do with it. Injuries have to do with it. And Tyrese's stats, I mean, they're pretty similar to Ja's. I mean, just a little bit less points, more assists, more rebounds. I mean, that's what I think. And he's a little more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was gonna, instead of Tyrese, I was thinking of, this is someone who I feel like isn't popping off enough. I was gonna put LaMelo, because I don't know if you guys have been seeing what he's been doing
LaMelo's
lately.
been awesome.
LaMelo's been crazy. Luke, you know them. Yeah, you know Luke.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
he's been going crazy. He dropped like 30 for like 2 games in a row, 12 assists. Like, I was thinking of putting him instead of Tyrese, because I think he's that good.
I think LaMelo's been a top 5 point guard this year.
I agree. I think if he stays healthy, he can be a top 5 point guard in the league for
I
sure.
agree.
That's all for the conversation today. Thank you guys so much for listening in. Remember to check out Raider Radio on both Spotify and YouTube, and also check out RaiderTake on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.